Have you ever met someone who stayed on your mind long after they were gone? Not because they demanded attention, not because they were constantly texting or trying to impress everyone around them, but because there was something about them you couldn't quite explain. For many men, that's exactly what happens when they meet a Sigma female. She isn't usually the loudest woman in the room. She doesn't compete for attention or seek approval from everyone she meets. In fact, she often does the opposite. She remains calm when others are trying to stand out. She speaks with purpose instead of filling every silence. And she carries herself with a quiet confidence that naturally sparks curiosity. The strange part is that many men don't realize how fascinated they are until she's no longer around. They replay conversations. They wonder why she never chased them. They compare every new relationship to the connection they once had with her. So what makes Sigma females so unforgettable? Today, we'll explore 10 psychological reasons why men can't stop thinking about Sigma females, and why their impact often lasts far longer than people expect. Let's begin. 1. She doesn't need anyone's validation. One of the first things many men notice about a Sigma female is that she doesn't seem desperate for attention. She isn't constantly checking whether people approve of her. She doesn't change her personality to fit every social situation. And she rarely seeks compliments just to feel confident. That independence is refreshing. In a world where many people chase validation through social media, popularity, or constant reassurance, someone who is comfortable with herself naturally stands out. The Sigma female knows who she is. She has strengths, she has flaws, and she's comfortable admitting both. Because her confidence comes from within, her conversations feel genuine rather than performative. Men often find themselves wondering what gives her that quiet confidence. The answer is simple. She's built her identity around her own values rather than other people's opinions. Ironically, the less she tries to impress others, the more memorable she becomes. 2. She is mysterious. Without trying, mystery is powerful because it activates curiosity. The Sigma female doesn't reveal everything about herself during the first conversation. She shares her thoughts naturally, but she also values privacy. She doesn't feel the need to explain every detail of her life. She lets trust develop over time. This often leaves people wanting to know more. Many men become intrigued because every conversation reveals something new. One day she's discussing psychology. The next she's talking about travel, books, business, or a personal goal she's quietly pursuing. She isn't mysterious because she's playing games. She's mysterious because her life doesn't revolve around seeking attention. She has interests, ambitions, and experiences that exist independently of anyone else's approval. That quiet depth makes her difficult to forget. 3. She makes men feel truly heard. One quality that's rarely discussed is the Sigma female's ability to listen. While many conversations become competitions over who speaks the most, she genuinely pays attention. She notices details. She remembers small things. She asks thoughtful questions. Most importantly, she listens without immediately judging. That creates something many people rarely experience. Feeling understood. When someone feels truly heard, they naturally remember the person who gave them that experience. Many men realize they talked more openly with a Sigma female than they expected. Not because she forced them, but because her calm presence made honesty feel safe. Long after the conversation ends, they remember how comfortable they felt around her. 4. She doesn't chase anyone. One of the biggest reasons Sigma females remain unforgettable is that they don't chase people. If someone loses interest, she doesn't beg them to stay. If someone stops making an effort, she notices and quietly steps back. At first, some men mistake this for indifference. Later, they realize it was self-respect. Because she doesn't chase, she also doesn't create unhealthy emotional games. She gives people the freedom to choose. Ironically, that freedom often makes her more memorable. People naturally value what isn't constantly demanding their attention. When she walks away with dignity instead of desperation, many men begin wondering what they lost. 5. She challenges him to become better. The Sigma female rarely inspires people through criticism. Instead, she inspires through example. She's constantly learning, setting goals, improving herself, protecting her peace. Watching someone quietly pursue growth often encourages others to do the same. Many men find themselves wanting to become better simply because they're around her, not to earn her approval, but because her mindset reminds them of the person they could become. She values discipline over excuses, growth over comfort, honesty over appearances. Those qualities naturally encourage deeper self-reflection. Even after the relationship ends, many men continue thinking about her because she represented a version of life that felt healthier, calmer, and more meaningful. And sometimes people don't fully appreciate that influence until it's gone. 6. She protects her peace. One of the most attractive qualities of a Sigma female is that she values her peace more than unnecessary drama. She doesn't enjoy constant arguments, emotional games, or relationships filled with confusion. If someone repeatedly brings stress into her life without making an effort to improve, she quietly distances herself. This surprises many men. They're used to people staying even when a relationship becomes unhealthy. The Sigma female is different. She believes love should add peace to your life, not constantly take it away. That mindset often earns respect long after the relationship ends. Many men later realize that her calm presence was something they took for granted. Once it's gone, they begin missing the emotional stability she brought into their lives. 7. She is emotionally independent. The Sigma female enjoys meaningful relationships, but she doesn't depend on them to feel complete. She has her own goals, passions, and routines. She knows how to enjoy her own company. Because of that, she doesn't expect one person to become her entire world. Many men find this refreshing. Instead of feeling responsible for constantly entertaining or validating her, they experience a relationship built on mutual respect and personal growth. Her independence also creates a sense of confidence that is difficult to imitate. She isn't trying to prove her value, she already knows it. That quiet self-assurance often stays in a man's mind long after the relationship has ended. 8. She leaves with dignity. Most people remember how a relationship ends. When emotions run high, it's easy to say things that can never be taken back. The Sigma female usually chooses a different path. When she realizes the relationship can no longer be saved, she doesn't waste energy creating unnecessary drama. She expresses herself honestly, makes her decision, and moves forward. She doesn't spend weeks trying to make someone jealous. She doesn't play emotional games to get attention. She simply accepts reality and continues with her life. That quiet strength often leaves a lasting impression. Many men expect anger or endless arguments. Instead, they're met with calm acceptance. Only later do they begin understanding what that maturity really meant. 9. She is difficult to replace. People often assume they'll easily find someone similar after a relationship ends. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The Sigma female is memorable because of the combination of qualities she brings. She's independent but caring, confident but humble, quiet but emotionally intelligent, strong without needing to prove it. Those qualities rarely appear together in the same person. After meeting someone who listens deeply, respects herself, communicates honestly, and values genuine connection, superficial relationships often feel different. Many men don't realize how rare those qualities are until they begin dating again. That's when comparisons naturally happen. Not because the Sigma female wanted to become unforgettable, but because authenticity is difficult to replace. 10. She makes him reflect on himself. Perhaps the biggest reason men continue thinking about Sigma females has nothing to do with mystery or attraction. It has to do with growth. A Sigma female often encourages people to look inward. She values honesty, accountability, self-improvement. She doesn't pretend to have all the answers, but she isn't afraid to ask meaningful questions or have conversations that matter. Being around someone like that can change the way a person sees themselves. After the relationship ends, many men don't just remember her. They remember the version of themselves they were becoming while they were with her. Sometimes they realize they could have communicated better. Sometimes they recognize mistakes they ignored. Sometimes they simply understand her value far too late. And that's why she remains in their thoughts. Not because she tried to become unforgettable, but because she left a lasting impact on who they were. Conclusion. People often assume men remember Sigma females because they're mysterious or difficult to understand. While mystery plays a role, it isn't the whole story. The real reason is much deeper. Sigma females leave people with an experience that's becoming increasingly rare. They offer honesty instead of games, self-respect instead of desperation, peace instead of constant drama. They don't try to control others or demand attention. Instead, they quietly remain true to themselves, and that's exactly what makes them unforgettable. The men who think about Sigma females long after they're gone usually aren't just remembering a person. They're remembering how they felt around her. Respected, understood, inspired, accepted. Those feelings are difficult to replace. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. Being unforgettable isn't about trying to impress everyone you meet. It's about becoming someone whose character leaves a lasting impression long after the conversation ends. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments. Which Sigma female trait do you think leaves the biggest impact on people? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about Sigma female psychology, relationships, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.